Hello class, my name is Valeria, and the topic I chose for this presentation is Colombian culture. Um, I am part Colombian. My mother is Colombian, and we're from a place called Cali, which is known to be the capital of salsa music. And I'm here to talk to you a little bit more about my country and some of the stuff that I've encountered here living in the US. A lot of people that are non-Latinos think that Colombia is part of Mexico, or that we're related, or that somehow we're all Mexicans. So I wanted to share this presentation with you guys to show a few things about my country and to tell you about the cultural diversity that we have and how we can you guys can learn a little bit about Colombia. So Colombia is a country located in South America. Colombia is officially called the Republic of Colombia, and then it was conquered by the Spanish. It's located in the northwestern region of South America. So it's about 1,600 kilometers of coast to the north, and then it's surrounded by the North Pacific Ocean and the Caribbean Sea. The country is bordered by Panama, and then it's also we have on the upper right hand side of Colombia, we have Venezuela, we have Brazil on the east side, we have Peru and Ecuador on the south. And as you may know, or as you've probably seen, Colombia is a beautiful country. It has a lot of biodiversity. There's a lot of beautiful beaches there. There's also beautiful mountains. Some parts of Colombia can be really cold, like Bogota, which is the capital. It can be really cold because it's on the upper side. And then as you get closer to the coast, especially to the Caribbean Sea, you can find places like Cali, or you can find other cities that are very warm, and the weather is very tropical and very humid. And then the one thing that I wanted to point out is that being Colombian sometimes here in the US, or in general anywhere around the world, can be a little challenging when it comes to the negative stereotyping of it. So many people associate Colombians with violence and drugs and much more stuff like this. A lot of the things that I have encountered, and a lot of the people that talk to me ask me these following questions. They ask me if I know who Pablo Escobar is, and we do not like to be associated with Pablo Escobar. He became actually famous for being super violent, brutal, and he's considered one of the fathers of drug lords. He's one of the founders of all these drug dealing and money laundering from Colombia all the way to the US and into Mexico as well. So he's responsible for a lot of murders, and that's the reason why we don't like to be compared to him. And then Colombians are constantly being stereotyped and associated with narcos and all these drug things. And I have noticed, especially since a lot of telenovelas or TV series that have come out talk a lot about narcos and about trafficking and all that stuff, and these women that have used their bodies to put drugs in them and just ship them out to different places in the world. Even though all of this is true, not all of us have that background, and so it's really hard for me to when I introduce myself and somebody knows that I'm Colombian, people would say, oh, so you know about narcos, and you know about the soap operas, or have you seen Pablo Escobar, or do you know about cocaine? Is it true that Colombia has one of the best cocaine in the world? It's really hard especially because I have encountered problems even coming into the US when I was not a resident yet. When I was coming from Colombia here, I would always have to go through secondary check, and it was hard for me because it was like 5 hours of waiting, and just because the fact that we were coming from over there, they would have to double check us and make sure that we don't have any drugs or anything like that. So it's kind of like the stereotyping goes around like everywhere, but I've seen it here in the US being a lot. Another stereotype or another thing that they talk about a lot, it's about, you know, the artist, like they think Shakira is kind of like a national hero or things like that, which is not true. We do admire, and we have a lot of amazing talented singers back home, but we do not focus on one. We try to, like, you know, we have a lot of people that are really good singers, like Carlos Vives. He's not very well known here, but he has amazing music, and he has made music with Maluma, Shakira, so they're all really good. And then also here, being in the US, I have encountered that a lot of people tell me or think that I am Colombia is part of Mexico. So just to I'm pretty sure that a lot of you know that already, but Mexico is a completely different country that I love. I have been to Mexico, and I think it's amazing, but they're on the north side and we're on the south side, and so just to give you a little more insight on what Colombia is, we have one of the best coffees in the world. The fact that we have such high places in Colombia, it gives them all the opportunity to actually have one of the best tastes of coffee in the world. And I have a lot of friends that when I go back home, they ask me if I can bring them coffee and things like that. So it's one of the things that Colombia has that is very good. And they also, and another thing that Colombia has is, like I said before, the biodiversity. Culturally speaking, and the food, the taste of the food, everything is so different from places like Mexico. For example, we don't use, we don't eat spicy food that much. We can add spice to our food, but we don't eat spicy food. We have different types of foods. Salsa music is our main, the main thing that we're proud of. One of the main things that we're proud of, because Colombia is considered the capital of salsa music, and that's where we have amazing people that have come out from Colombia, and amazing performers, and so we're very proud of that. Not all of us are good dancers. I know how to dance, but I'm not great, but they have amazing salsa dancers in Colombia. And so just to wrap it up, I just want to say that Colombia has a lot to offer. If you ever get a chance to do a little more research and to know the types of food, the type of people there, we're so warm, we're so welcoming. Like every other country, there's a lot of places that can be dangerous, but there's a lot of places also that have so much to offer, especially on the Caribbean side of it. The cultural biodiversity that we have, beautiful women, you know, like all kinds of colors. You can see like a white person in the capital, and then you can see in the Caribbean part, in the Caribbean Sea side of Colombia, you can see beautiful people of color. So it's so culturally diverse, and there's so many people that are warm and welcoming that I would definitely invite you. And if you have it on your bucket list, it would definitely be an amazing country to visit. It has a lot to offer, and Colombia is so much more than telenovelas and teleseries about narcos and about war and about cocaine. We have so much to offer, and it's so hard to explain it in 7-8 minutes, but I just wanted to give you a little rundown and for you guys to get to know Colombia a little more. Thank you.